I remember my mom hiding the calculator which I had got with great difficulty inside the cupboard locked because she felt that it would not let me use my brains. In India, normally we have very big classrooms
Yes.
full of students. I taught all those geographical concepts inside the classroom. With the help of those wooden models
Correct.
and whatever we could put our hands on.
Yes.
And today you can actually experience it.
Yeah.
I don't think today's generation can imagine their life without social media.
Yeah.
So if you see technology in last decade, you asked, right? It has changed everyone's world. So how is ChatGPT going to do that? And if it does everything, we have spent our lifetime learning what is right and what is wrong, what is the right sentence formation. I said all that goes for a toss.
Yes.
So is that now AI is going to tell me what is right and what is wrong?
Hello and welcome to the Chalk Talk. Welcome to our today's episode on digital chalkboards. And in today's episode, we have Ms.Kavita Kerawalla with us. Ms. Kerawalla is an educator at heart and the Vice Chairperson of VIBGYOR Group of Schools. Let's start with today's episode. Let's welcome Kavita ma'am on this episode.
Thank you, Ojas. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you for giving your time. You have been an educator at heart. This is something that I started off with the introduction as. And as an educator, we have seen all of us somehow have been using bits and tiny bits of education technology around us today. What do you think about this technology and your perspective? Let's begin with that. Like, technology has arrived in education around us. What is your perspective on how it has changed or reshaped the classrooms in education today?
So, Ojas, let me start with the word educator again. In my understanding, everyone is an educator because we learn from each other.
Right.
It is not just the teacher inside the classroom, even a mother at home. She is also an educator. So if you see technology in last decade, you asked, right? It has changed everyone's world.
Yeah.
Completely. So in a classroom, it has helped by bringing the whole world inside the classroom.
Right.
As teachers, we always realized, that field trips or hands-on experience, they were always useful, but there was a limitation.
Correct.
How much can you do inside a classroom? How much can you take a child outside the classroom? And there was always a limitation of time. But technology opened the whole world for us.
Yeah.
So with the help of internet and all the new tools, virtual reality and all of that, it has become so easy to experience the whole world.
Correct. Correct.
And this is equally applicable to each one of us, whether we are mothers at home or teachers inside a classroom or even as friends.
Right.
I don't think today's generation can imagine their life without social media.
Yeah.
Right.
Very
And that is just a gift of technology.
Yeah. So I think very well put up, ma'am. Especially when I like this idea of when you said that growing up, we have been surrounded by a group of people around us. Could be our parents, grandparents, etc. And now technology, however, somehow unknowingly, if you see that it has sat with these group of people as a part of our surroundings now, right?
Oh, just you're being very polite. I think the whole society has changed today.
Yeah.
From a large community, we have become a small community.
Yeah.
Families have become nuclear families, and most of the time the child is left alone at the house because both the parents are working.
Right.
In that case, which is probably for, if I can say, for the majority of the society, that is where technology is helping children cope up with a lot of things.
Correct.
Where earlier that support used to come from the surrounding, from the people. But
Right.
because that is breaking, maybe it is just changing, not breaking. And that is where technology is helping each and every child
Right.
in
Mm. Mm.
learning new skills. I have seen so many children even chatting with artificial, what do you call it?
AI robots.
AI robots,
Yeah,
probably,
yeah.
you know,
Chatbots.
which to me is funny
Yeah.
because my understanding of a community life was different. But
Yeah.
today's child has that as his community life.
Yeah, they've become the companion actually. The technology. Yeah.
So it's not about liking it or disliking it.
Correct.
That is the change which is coming, and we will have to accept it. We'll have to be ready for it.
Mm. Wonderful, ma'am. Very well put up. Ma'am, our today's theme, today's episode is called Digital Chalkboards. Okay. Uh, we have all seen the transformation, even in the classroom, from having, like a blackboard and a chalk to then probably a marker and a whiteboard,
Yeah.
to then having the smart boards around us today. And these digital chalkboards that we have been talking about, they do symbolize what we call transformation, right, in this educational landscape. How do you interpret this shift? And especially from that era where we all come from, the blackboard and chalks era, and to this today, how do you think this shift from traditional to modern day teaching, uh, in the eyes of an educator especially, what is your thought about this? How do you interpret this?
So, I'm sure, Ojas, you must have done this in school long back as a kid. You remember we used to spend hours improving our handwritings,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
English handwriting, Hindi, Marathi, different languages.
Yeah.
One full page every day.
Correct.
So that our handwriting would improve. Gone. All those skills are gone now. I mean, people are struggling to write even a paragraph.
I did.
You know. So, because we are so used to typing it.
Yes.
So these were small little changes which were happening over a period of time.
Yeah.
And today suddenly the change has accelerated. Yeah. It's become fast. And believe me, I'm struggling to cope up with that. With this fast pace of change. But probably I have, I don't have to learn so many new skills because I'm not of that particular age. But a child today, he has to go out and face the world tomorrow.
Absolutely.
He has to have all those skills. He has to have all those tools, and he has also to be ready to accept these changes on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
This is a huge, huge challenge for the children, for the next generation, for the teachers, educators, for all of us.
Right.
Even the tech industry, if you can say so, because they have to match the expectations. Absolutely. So here we are kind of running against the time.
Yes.
So handwriting was just one example. Then came calculators, if you would remember. And that was such a revolution. But I remember my mom hiding the calculator which I had got with great difficulty inside the cupboard, locked, because she felt that it would not let me use my brains.
Absolutely correct.
That day and today, we know calculators are there in every phone today.
Yeah.
So our priorities have changed. The way we look at things or the future, everything has changed. Yeah. And that is what I feel that technology today is enabling a student inside a classroom. They are equipping every child to face the tomorrow with more of confidence and guts.
I agree. In fact, you touched upon a very important point, that some of the simplest skills which earlier during our childhood we did not take so much effort in learning or getting our hands on them, but possibly in this era of digital transformation today, we do have to take separate efforts for this. Exactly. Right? Ma'am, this brings me to my next question, right? In your experience, what are the biggest opportunities EdTech has created for K-12 schools in India? Many. I remember as a teacher, I used to struggle to provide some kind of personalized learning to the students. And in India, normally we have very big classrooms, yes, full of students, and not even 1 minute per child you get in one period. Correct. So
during that time, how do you identify what each child requires? Because everyone's learning graph is different. You know, their styles are different. So I think that is one big tool what EdTech has given to the teachers.
Correct.
Because with the help of all the data analysis and all of that, we know exactly what the children require and what each child needs. The teaching lessons or the methodology.
Correct.
How do you customize it to suit every child's requirement?
Right.
This is one big thing what EdTech has provided
Correct.
to the teaching faculty. I think second is, of course, as I started with saying, it has brought the whole world inside the classroom. Earlier, we used to be happy looking at big libraries.
Correct.
That used to be, kind of place to be in.
Correct.
Place full of books all around. Such a happy place it used to be.
Absolutely.
Now that happiness is inside everyone's laptop.
Yeah.
You have all the books of the entire world in all the languages translated into your own language available. Content is available, so you don't have to kind of look for books that way. So that is second big plus what EdTech has given us. After that, I think on the virtual reality, AR, as you say, all that has made learning very, very interesting and engaging.
Yeah.
And I think students are enjoying that more.
Definitely.
If you ask me, and if I can be very true here, I took quite some time to understand Boyle's law in physics or some of the experiments of light. Till I actually did that in the lab.
Correct.
But for today's child, it is so easily available.
Yeah.
I was amazed when I had that a VR tour of the universe.
Yes.
As an adult, I was fascinated because I taught all those geographical concepts inside the classroom. With the help of those wooden models and whatever we could put our hands on.
Yes.
And today you can actually experience it.
Yeah.
You feel as if you're in a satellite or something, outside.
Absolutely.
In the space and experiencing everything. It gets so easy to understand.
No, literally. I mean, I have definitely got an immersive learning experience, even as you were mentioning. And it is fantastic how today we are literally able to, if not in reality, to the other planets, but even at least through.
You feel like an astronaut.
So you do feel like an astronaut for sure. I agree. Great. Ma'am, while we're talking about education and technology, on the flip side, what challenges do schools face when adopting digital tools, especially considering they're at scale?
Yes.
It's not a matter of, let's say, one person coming in, getting an LMS ready for you. No, that's not how it works. It usually takes time. And also at a school, there are various types of people involved, right? So how does that happen at schools, and what are these challenges that schools are facing?
So when I talk about schools, it's not just upmarket schools.
Yeah.
India being such a huge country,
Correct.
though we are developing very fast, and I'm extremely proud of that fact.
Yeah.
But we still have those pockets where you don't have electricity, where you don't have internet.
Correct.
So what can technology do?
Yeah.
Second, when we come to even the developed side of the country, and I'm talking purely about India, this is applicable to the whole world. Over there also, budget is a big constraint. The financial help. So maybe government can step in and provide that kind of some kind of subsidy or some grant to all the schools.
Correct.
Because that is when EdTech is actually going to be successful in its mission.
Yes. Yes.
So whatever we can achieve with the help of EdTech can only be done if it can penetrate to the remotest part of the world.
Last mile.
Yeah. And it's not cheap.
It's not cheap.
It is, it is expensive. So some kind of financial help would definitely be of great help over there. Third, what I feel, and this is also a personal observation in our own schools, I think we still need to train people because skilled people to handle technology are still few, and we need them everywhere. Because
Correct.
if you ask just a teacher to do all the, if she gets stuck, so is that a hardware related problem or a software related problem, or it is just a loose wire,
Yeah.
or is that the Wi-Fi is not working? They will be completely helpless.
This complex troubleshooting.
Exactly. So we need some kind of technical help over there,
Yeah.
and that technical help in every school is not happening today.
Correct.
So I think these are three main areas of concern.
Definitely.
Manageable,
Yeah.
but it will take time.
Correct. No, definitely. Very well said, ma'am. And in fact, unfortunately, what happens is people like us who have grown up in cities, for us, the perspective of school is different from what it is of, from somebody who's coming
Interiors.
from interiors and from the rural India, the rural Bharat, as they say. And the perspective is very different. Possibly they have challenges which we have never thought of.
Exactly.
And so definitely, very well said. As we take this conversation forward, ma'am, couple of things AI is labeled as, okay. Some people call it their friend, some people call it their enemy. Some says that oh, this is going to be taking away my job, right? So they look at it from a different perspective. However, for an educator, AI is also being called in a way as a co-teacher. Okay,
Yes.
that AI is my co-teacher if I am the teacher. How do you see AI as my friend or as my co-teacher helping me as a teacher in personalizing this learning for students?
Okay, so when AI was very new, I also used to wonder, with so much of intelligence around, and India being, the supply of brains
Yes.
to the whole world.
Yes.
I said, why have something artificial when you have so much of intelligence?
The real ones.
Real ones.
Correct.
So then probably is ChatGPT just one example of that.
Yeah.
I'll use that as an example, because at that time there was a big debate. Because our world is academics,
Yes.
which means content, which also means drafting something which is in good English.
Yes.
And when we say English, then there are different versions of English, and you have to stick to the right English.
Correct.
So how is ChatGPT going to do that? And if it does everything, we have spent our lifetime learning what is right and what is wrong, what is the right sentence formation.
Correct.
The correct usage of verb, and now I said all that goes for a toss.
Yes.
So is that now AI is going to tell me what is right and what is wrong?
Absolutely.
Actually, it didn't happen that way. When we started using ChatGPT,
Yeah.
there was apprehension, a lot of fear. Of course, it will take every content writer's job because
Yes.
it will do all the writing. But then we realized who was going to give the command, because ChatGPT does exactly what you ask it to do.
Correct.
Because it is artificial intelligence. It's not real intelligence. So it depends on real intelligence to give those commands.
Input.
And
Correct.
those commands are something, or inputs, for which you need a human brain.
Yes.
So for the same, we realized that for the same lesson plan, we were trying to, write some lesson plans with the help of ChatGPT.
Correct.
When we were trying to understand what it can do. So two people doing exactly the same subject, same grade, same topic, because if their inputs were different, the lesson plans were very different. So after all, you will require a human intelligence over there.
Correct.
It is a co-teacher, as you rightly mentioned. At the most, it is a co-teacher. It is there to facilitate. It is there to help. It's not there to take our jobs.
Correct.
But then that is of course a big fear, and we have seen worldwide so much of protest and agitation happening against AI. But I think now people are realizing,
Correct.
That it is more like a companion. Love it or hate it, you have to be with it.
Absolutely.
So it depends on the usage, and for every teacher, because it takes a lot of mundane administrative jobs outside there, setting up of question paper.
Correct.
If a teacher need not do that, she can devote that much time in revising the topic with the students. So it will actually give them free time to focus on what they enjoy doing and not what they are not meant to do.
Absolutely.
So that is where I think AI is extremely helpful.
Correct.
And of course, personalized learning, as I spoke about it earlier, it does tell me and the teachers and where the gap is, so that she can modify her teaching skills accordingly, and it is a win-win situation.
Correct.
Teacher is able to deliver her best, and the child is able to take the best.
Absolutely correct. Ma'am, I'll just share something that I had read once with respect to AI and personalized learning specifically. That okay, we all know that AI can help you, as you mentioned. Let's say GPT-based, chatbot can help you in making a lesson plan. Okay, but before you start off with a lesson, how you want, how does a teacher want to understand that? Oh, what is the level of current knowledge of my students before I start today's class? Do they know anything about what I'm going to teach? So for that, once you tell your GPT or your AI based agent that, hey, you know what, prepare 5 questions for me that I can ask at the beginning of my class, and based on the answers, my lesson plan can be tweaked. So that if the class is diverse, I can cater to each person having different learning need. So this is one thing that I read about.
Sounds interesting, but I will also add over here, Ojas, that it is the fear inside us which is stopping us from exploring that world altogether.
Correct.
Learning which has to be started actually from the scratch, because if you compare the teaching earlier to teaching now, from chalk and talk to today's world, it's a whole lot of learning for a teacher to do.
Correct.
And then there is this fear of losing job, that probably the school today needs 200 teachers, tomorrow they'll need only 50 teachers.
Correct.
So every day you have to pick up a new skill. And I think it is just changing of that mindset which is extremely important and has to be done.
Definitely. Ma'am, in fact, this is a great segue for me to get into the next question, because you mentioned new skills, and we have all read about, heard about this so-called term called 21st century skills. Especially all of us in education have heard this term, right? Now, beyond academics, how can technology and or AI support development of life skills for children, especially skills like critical thinking, emotional intelligence, communication skills, and collaboration in students? What's your thought on this?
That's a tricky one, because if you ask me, AI definitely will help, or technology will definitely help and is helping in critical thinking by giving those challenging questions and challenging tasks to students in many different manners.
Correct.
So a child has to kind of win them all to progress, to go to the next level. That is about the critical thinking part, and so is about communication and all of that. But somewhere I get stuck, because somehow, the human teacher in me is still not very convinced, or I'll use the word comfortable, with a machine giving that emotional support to the child. It can give you a lot of information, but what about empathy?
Correct.
It will tell you thousands of ways competencies can be developed, but what about compassion? So I'm still, sometimes I sit and think, are machines going to replace that part as well tomorrow? So far I have not got the answer. Other skills, of course 21st century skills, most of them have been drafted keeping technology in mind, that technology will be able to support them.
Correct.
Emotional intelligence? I seriously doubt.
Still a question mark.
I seriously doubt.
Right.
Because after all, human beings are they are a social animal, so called. How do you live only with machines around you?
Hmm.
Don't we need that pat on our back, when we do something good? Don't we need someone to sympathize with us when we are, not doing that well?
Correct.
Nursing. Will robots be able to replace nurses?
Yeah.
What about those two sweet words
Hmm.
or motivation, they offer to the patients or the teachers offer to the students?
Correct.
That part
I
seriously.
think time will definitely tell us this because, in fact, technology has evolved so rapidly.
Maybe it will
that-
overcome this also.
Yeah, because what was not possible, let's say, just about 2 years ago, is possible now.
Also, one more thing, Ojas.
Yeah.
We have seen that world, so that is what we have experienced.
Correct.
So that is why these question marks.
Right.
You talk about the new generation.
Hmm.
They don't have that exposure.
Right.
They don't have that experience.
Correct.
So their expectations are also different.
Absolutely.
So I have seen my granddaughter chatting. Is that ChatGPT? She keeps talking. My pet's name is this. What do you think about that? Then there is an answer coming.
Yeah.
Then so it's like a full conversation with a friend.
Correct.
Am I comfortable? No. But is she? Yes, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is where I think the gap is.
Yeah, and things are happening on an app. You have an app for everything today.
For everything.
Yeah. In fact, very funny yet serious thing that I had seen while watching something on YouTube is that a person middle age, about 40, 45, went down in his building with his kid, and he tried to wave and stop an auto rickshaw, and the kid had no idea why my father is waving at people randomly.
Okay.
Because as per them,
Yeah.
only an app can get you a cab
Can
or
get you.
or an
Yes.
auto rickshaw or
Yes.
whatever.
Yeah.
They have no idea that you can also wave and stop a cab
Yes.
or an auto.
So when these apps came
Yeah.
initially,
Yeah.
I used to think about those cab drivers.
Yeah.
What would happen to them?
Yeah.
How are they going to earn their livelihood now? Because everyone is replaceable now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I think there are new venues and the new ways happen.
Correct.
I mean, you see Swiggy catering to so many people, but it has given employment also.
Absolutely.
There are so many people who are involved over there.
Correct.
So I think the new path will always emerge.
Correct.
It is only our fear which is there in our mind.
Correct.
We have to overcome that.
Absolutely correct. And ma'am, we have seen, especially in education, teachers, they are in classrooms handling so many different types of students and not just by number. They often feel overwhelmed when things around us keep changing, especially with respect to technology. Okay, we have always seen that there are some development programs for doctors on what is going on new in their field. There are programs for the other professionals as well. Okay, but what are we doing for the teachers? Okay, especially with this changing new technologies around them. Okay, what skills or mindsets do you believe are the most important for them in this changing era, that where all of things are going to change almost every few months?
Yes.
What are the essential skills for them?
First, I think first and foremost is acceptance. We need to accept that this is the new way of life.
Correct.
You can't run away from that.
Correct.
So it starts with acceptance. Once you accept the fact that this is how the world has to move forward. ऐसा ही होना है.
Correct.
Then comes your training part.
Right.
Now in our schools, we have a very, very robust system we have a strong curriculum team, content team. they are the ones who develop the entire curriculum.
Mm.
So they will put everything, whatever is as per the vision of the, and our vision is not very away from tech.
Yeah.
It always involves technology.
Correct.
So they will include all of that in curriculum. Then comes the question of the teachers.
Right.
How do they do that inside a classroom? Because they are the implementers.
Correct.
They are the ones who have to take it ahead to the students.
Wow.
So we have been providing training, and teachers today also have realized, that it is not just here, even outside the world, whether they are working or sitting at home, they will need technology.
Absolutely correct.
I think COVID was a big eye opener for all of us, and teachers were one community who rose overnight to the occasion, and the entire curriculum was being shifted online.
Yeah.
And I think everything was seamless within a couple of days.
Correct.
But the driving force over there was her dedication, was the thought, what is my student going to do if I don't impart my lesson in this manner, because I can't go to school.
Yeah.
That same driving force will make every teacher learn what is important for them to know today.
Correct.
And that is why we have those training programs, because the whole school is on ERP. So every day there is some training program or the other happening. Our schools have their LMSs in place with in pre-primary and primary, and even in higher grades we are using them in teacher training. So so any new thought which comes to us, as far as even training is concerned, it is that it has to be module based, because otherwise how do you reach to so many people in identical manner? So it has to be done with the help of technology.
Yeah.
So even to get training, it has to be, you have to learn how to train yourself online.
Correct.
So in our schools at least, and in most of the progressive K-12 schools, there is just no choice. So it starts with acceptance and it ends with evolving.
Correct.
You are an evolved teacher.
Yeah. Very well said, ma'am. I think acceptance and pushing ourselves to keep evolving. These are the two things that you've asked teachers to especially imbibe when they want to embrace technology in a way, right? Ma'am, this brings me to the next question. Especially with respect to technology, how do you strike a balance between screen-based learning and importance of human connection in classrooms? Because that has been, a persistent problem.
Yeah, this is something which parents keep asking us.
Correct.
That fortunately or unfortunately, that is the way the world has evolved, and it's not going backwards from there. So screen is there to stay, whether it is on your mobile phone, your laptops, or the big screens. Now, how does a teacher strike a balance? Because as I was just talking to you about compassion and empathy and all of that, softer skills, which are so very important for a child.
Correct.
And the child should be getting it at home as well as in school.
Barabar.
So, our curriculum, I'm talking now purely about our schools. So over there are a lot of hands-on activities. Because even today I seriously feel that a child needs to feel everything, how
Correct.
paper feels,
Correct.
how steel feels, mud. So that is why pottery making is so very
Learning by
important.
doing.
Learning by doing.
Yeah.
That's extremely important.
Correct.
Second is experience. You have to experience certain things, and that definitely takes away your screen time. It is not that the child has to be glued to the screen to learn.
Correct.
Because there are other aspects also. Children naturally like to play. Even if you give them cricket or tennis, which they can play on screen, they will still like to run around.
Correct.
Whenever 2-3 of them would gather, it will be even inside a house, from one room to another, hide, seek, all these.
Correct.
This is natural. You can't take that away from a child or even from an adult.
Yes.
You know, we have seen so many coffee shops all around us. What's the need if your constant companion, your laptop or your mobile is always with you? Because we need that.
Correct.
That human interaction. And the teacher will always crave for that. Because there are so many different kinds of learning which you can impart.
Correct.
With the help of this interaction. And with technology being strongly in place.
Correct.
You know, this has become a very intelligent game. Certain responsibilities shifted to AI or technology.
Yeah.
You know, so that gives some free time to her.
Correct.
You know, and some strong investment. You know, and has to be done in honor students, and that is what she ends up doing. So I can say today, in our classrooms, it would be a 30-40-30 ratio.
Okay.
Where 30 is your screen time, 40 is your hands-on experience in all of that, and remaining 30 is your human interaction. But when I say 30 technology, that is the direct help which the screen is giving.
Correct.
I'm not talking about the indirect help which the teacher gets.
Correct.
In the form of setting up of question papers,
Correct.
attendance being taken automatically, calculations of report cards which have happened.
This is basically student
Yes, I'm talking only about the classroom time. So that is how we have been noticing that teachers are using their time.
Right.
And in a very, very balanced manner.
Right.
And I'm sure that gives them immense satisfaction.
Absolutely correct. Ma'am, in fact, when we talked about the skill development part as well, one of the questions previously, when you mentioned that just everything is possible, but emotional intelligence, what about that? I think same is the case with, now when we talk about the screen, it can possibly teach you, okay, how to speak fluent English. It can teach you how to solve numbers in mathematics, right? But it might not be able to teach you values that we have learned, like integrity, empathy. These values are something that possibly the screen is, I don't know when it will be successful in teaching us.
Today's time is a lonely time, I feel, because of all this. There's so many people craving for companionship, communication, just to talk.
Correct.
So just learning how to use a sentence rightly is not the where you're going to use it, where you're going to apply that knowledge.
Correct.
So it's extremely important to have this balance in life.
Definitely. And I think somehow, at least until now, we have been able to do so. Hopefully that will stay.
Let's keep praying that, because generations and generations will always need that.
Correct. Definitely.
This balance of technology and human
connection. Yes, correct. Ma'am, as we come towards the conclusion part of this podcast episode, what I would like to ask you is, what is that one message that you would like to share with teachers, parents, and students? Okay, so one message for teachers, parents, and students as they navigate through this fast-pacing, fast-changing digital education landscape. What is it?
So, Ojas, I will not keep teachers and parents separately. I'd rather have it as, adults and the new generation.
Okay.
So, I've always felt that as adults, because I've realized that we take more time to adjust to all these things. But the newer generation is very quick and very good at it.
Correct.
So I think we require a lot of patience when it comes to handling them.
Yeah.
And, that we know all. That attitude has to be kept aside. Because we don't know. When you compare yourself to the youngsters, I feel that I'm quite at a loss of knowledge. I don't know all those things, and they are pretty good and pretty fast at it.
Correct.
So for adults, I have always told them, accept, have patience when you are handling your kids, and be ready to learn from them also.
Absolutely correct.
You know, because sometimes it is beyond imagination, things are moving so fast. I remember, probably, I don't know whether you've seen a old fashioned typewriter.
I have.
You have.
Yeah.
But that stayed for a good, I think, 40-50 years.
Yeah.
Till another change happened.
Yeah.
But now it's like every month you have something new.
Correct.
Something new to learn.
Correct.
To use that.
Yeah.
And that is why I think teachers as well as parents, they need to respect the new generation.
Correct.
Because they are the ones who are going to teach us a lot of it, so that we can live with compatibility.
Correct. Definitely.
For students, they need to teach us, of course, but side by side. What I've always felt is they should still respect and value what the old traditions or what their parents and teachers stand for.
Yeah.
Because those are the values no machine can teach them.
Correct.
Respect, discipline. Personally, I feel that when we were in school, discipline was one thing which was taught to all of us and which is paying us even today.
Yeah. Correct.
So all those things, they cannot just, throw it in the garbage. Those values are still going strong and they will always go strong. That is what kids or the students need to learn from us.
Correct.
Value it and respect it.
Definitely. Ma'am, thank you so much for sharing your insights on how technology around us is impacting education, the overall learning landscape, how, from a teacher's perspective, you said, from school leaders' perspective, you mentioned, and you definitely gave us some food for thought, okay, from today's conversation. We have also learned that embracing technology and welcoming a new member in the house, that's technology, does not mean that we leave our values behind, what we have learned from our families, from our parents. So basically, embracing the new things while keeping ourselves rooted in our culture and values is definitely one takeaway that I am taking away from this conversation. And I'm sure all of our viewers will also be extremely enlightened today from this conversation. Yes, so we have now completed this episode of the Chalk Talk. Wonderful episode, and we had great conversations with Ms.Kavita Kerawalla. I hope all of you enjoy this one too. I urge all of you to like this video, share within your network, and subscribe to our channel. See you soon.